All right, folks. First 11:30 match, starting a little early. This is Daniel and Aaron. Looks like Daniel won the lag. He'll be racking and breaking first.
All right, are they just practicing here, or are they getting started?
This is Daniel just won the lag, and this is the first game.
All right. This looks like it's downstairs as well. Looking forward to watching this match. I like watching Daniel play, especially when he's in stroke. He hits the balls really good. No magic rack there. He squatted that cue ball pretty good, but nothing went. I'm not sure if I almost feel like they're going to have to hit these pretty hard to get the balls moving towards the pockets a little better on the break. Wow, Aaron made a great shot there. Going back and forth, not running into anything. Got a little unfortunate there on shape for the 2. Made a great cut on the 1.
Yeah, that was a really solid cut, which made the shape on the 2 very difficult because the cue ball was going to run. But he opted for the safety, and I believe he got it. He got there, and leave Daniel kicking, which will be tough because the 8 ball is going to be a little bit in there, so he's going to have to put a little reverse on this, or left side English in this case, to kind of check it up coming off that rail and straighten it up and to get into the 2 ball.
Yep. And he went right past it, so
well, Aaron safety is going to pay off for Aaron.
Yeah,
give him an opportunity. More than likely, just going to pocket the 2 and then probably fire at the 3-9 combo. The way this table is laid out, I don't know if that's what I would be playing for. Maybe set up an angle to cut the 2 and maybe come like this, or even just stay over here for the 3 ball this way. Just because that 3-9 from range and the distance between the 2 balls makes it very, very difficult.
And played a good shot there. Stay on good side of this 3 ball here. 4 sitting in front of the pocket, so he just got to pocket this ball.
Yeah, he needed to take his time a little bit on that, and that would have probably allowed him to get more into the middle of the table. So he left himself a little difficult. Yeah.
He's going to have to thin this ball in, and if he hits it super thin, it can come off the 7. But if it goes in a little thick, then it can come off this end rail here. Nope, he did come off the 7 ball, so still got a good chance here. We'll see if he rolls this in with some outside English, or if he goes up and down table here. Went up and down table. Man, this table's fast, it looks like.
Yeah, and Aaron doesn't hesitate to fire at it. He makes up his mind and then just swings away. And then sometimes shooting that way, you end up with a mistake like this that you should not. And Daniel is definitely not the guy you want to make mistakes and let to the table with a shot, because he will punish you.
Yeah, for sure. Pretty little easy 1-railer here to give himself a chance here. And he's going to be shooting over that 9 a little bit, it looks like, but looks like a fairly simple out. Oh, he can bridge right next to it. So, yeah, he'll come 2 rails out this way. 3, I guess.
As tall as Daniel is, I don't know that being tree-topped is a problem for him.
Yeah, that's true. Very true.
He easily reach over the top of that. Would not have any difficulty like I would.
Yeah. Daniel's going to finish the clearance here, take a 1-0 lead. It's going to be Aaron's rack and break. So Daniel came up dry with his break. He didn't hit it soft, but he didn't like put a ton of power into it. He just hit it like a medium speed with control. Planted the cue ball in the center here, but nothing fell. So I'm curious to see, if Aaron's gonna kind of go with that full hit on the one and try to hit it with power, or maybe if one of these guys are gonna try to slowly adopt a little bit of a cut break to get an opportunity to make some balls here. Because the last match we've seen, it was difficult to have a good break with the regular rack here, but it looks like he moved over kind of like Daniel did, going to play it more full on. Do 9-ball breaks count in this?
I think they do, but not in the bottom 2 pockets. So that one there, had it fallen on the side, would have counted. So now, just to give those watching who are unfamiliar with these guys a little bit of an idea, Aaron Rodgers is a 541 Fargo, and Daniel SARDONCILLO is a 704. And 704, I want to say, is almost a little light, I'm thinking. I mean, that's what he's rated, but having watched him play many times, I think he can definitely play above that.
Made a good attempt there. Left Daniel ball in hand. I wouldn't say it's an easy table. For Daniel, it's probably a little easier than most, but shape from the 3 to the 4 has to be pretty specific. So he's going to leave himself an angle, and he's most likely, I don't know if he wants to play down in this window.
Yeah, I was just going to say, I think that's exactly where he's going to go, is right between the 6 and 9.
Yeah, so I was going to say, I would probably play to the bottom side here, because it gives him a much larger window for error.
True. There's no chance to get hooked going that direction.
Most likely punch this out here. Well, he hit that a little funny. Came off at a weird angle that he wasn't expecting. Could have easily gave ball in hand there to Aaron. So now he's going to have to come with the shot.
Yeah.
Punch it in there, come off like this. That's what he's looking at. I don't know if that's what he's going to ultimately decide on.
Yeah, because he can go the back cut route too and take it this way. But going the route I just drew, the 9-ball gets bigger and bigger. Going the route you drew, he's got a large window to get into.
Yep. And he hits him so good.
He does. He makes it look too easy. And being a pool player myself, you as well, that's not easy.
Yep, just stun out, 9 in the side. Didn't want to leave himself on the rail, but definitely manageable. And he'll be taking the break here too. So looks like he's gonna be jumping out to a 2-0 lead pretty quick in this match. Both these guys play with a fast pace, which I can appreciate. That's how I play. I love keeping it going. Matter of fact, the last tournament I played in last weekend, you happened to be commentating the finals match I was in, and you made a little comment afterwards. You chuckled and said that you were able to keep up with me during the commentating with how fast I was playing. I definitely love playing fast.
Yeah, you were moving right along.
But it cost me. I ended up shooting too fast a couple racks that cost me and ultimately cost me that chance of winning that tournament. So it can definitely be bad for you.
You have a style of play, and you don't want to change from that too much because it could definitely have an effect on the outcome. So even though, sometimes you do have a tendency to shoot too fast, that's your comfortable speed. So that's how you're going to want to kind of continue.
Yeah, for sure. So once again, we're seeing the break's going to make a big difference in this match. I don't know if it's going to affect the end result a ton, because I think both these players are just going to either play good or not. I don't think the break's going to make a huge difference there, but we're not going to see a whole lot of break and runs because these tables are not breaking the best, which actually bodes well for Aaron, being that the lower rated player per se. Daniel, I've seen him put together, some really good racks, easy break and runs, and it's hard to keep pace with a guy, even an alternate break, when he's just running out regularly. So, he making a good out here, made a couple good shots, made that good bank shot for that triple combo, and had to play another combo shot, and he's got an opportunity here. I like that he didn't force that one there. Just kind of left himself another combo that's 100% makeable. So I'd like to see Aaron get this rack here.
Yeah, I'd like to see it as well, just so it keeps him in it, not score-wise, but, mentally. And it's a very doable shot and well within his range to do it. And then the 4-ball in this combo should either stay right in front of the pocket or maybe over here at worst. And then the cue ball will give him a nice shot. Oh, so that worked out too. He got the nice bump on the 5 to give himself great shape after following that 8-ball in. So Aaron's, well, the downside to this is ending up a little straighter than he wanted, but still manageable. And so I fully expect Aaron to get on the board here.
Yeah, he left himself tough. Now he's got to figure this out. So,
yeah, if he'd ended up more in this area, then that little bit more angle makes it natural to you come off the 6 right here. And now that he's a little more straight on it, he's gonna have to punch it to get that same out from the cue ball.
So my terrible lines there, but punching it versus rail first, he's not far off the rail. So rail first isn't a difficult shot for him to basically come in something like this, make this ball. Yeah, see, forcing it was going to be difficult. But going rail first there, I think would have been a really good shot there. With that cue ball or the object ball so close to the rail, it's easy to find your aiming point for a rail first shot, and it provided natural shape too.
Yeah, the thing with the rail first, so you're just adding another factor in potentially missing the shot. I think the punch would have been okay because he wouldn't need to get down here. Just even out in here somewhere would have been okay. But him trying to do a power draw was going to be low percentage just because of how, with that speed you're hitting it, you have to hit that 6-ball very pure and 100% accurate.
Well, yeah, the angle you're coming in, you're not coming into the pocket from this angle, which has a wide mouth. You're coming in from the rail side, so the pocket's smaller, and then hitting with that much force and that much draw, it just makes the pocket even smaller.
Right, and with diamond tables, as everyone knows who's played on them, with any kind of speed, you rub a rail, it has a tendency to rattle in the pocket and not go in, and that's exactly what happened to Aaron there, and he left Daniel a nice look at that 6 past the 9 there, and of course he made it look like he was sitting right in front of the pocket, and then got the easy win there and up the score to 3-0. And then now Aaron's break and ended up pulling the cue ball back to the side pocket and scratched, giving Daniel the dreaded ball in hand here. So we'll see what he does. He's kind of eyeballing where he wants to play shape 2 for the 2. And it looks like he's going to be sizing up this angle. Sorry for this crooked line, but he's looking to come this way.
I think he would be better off coming off this direction and shooting the 2 in the bottom right.
And that might be what he's doing now that he's coming from this side. But I think he just wanted to place the cue ball down to take a look. Well, I guess that's why he's a 700. Huh?
Yeah, he's gonna just have to kill this ball with some inside English and have a natural cut on that 3 ball, because he can naturally just come off the 3 down table like this.
Yes, and if he ends up there, which is high probability, then he's going to up his score to 4. The only way to not is to end up funny on this, but I don't see that happening. He ended up perfect. Just a little stop shot. Or he could even roll forward to play the 5 over in this corner if he wanted to. Or if he stop shots, he can play the 5 here. But either way, he's in great shape.
Yeah. I just seen the chat. HR Biggs, appreciate the shout out. Drew down. So Aaron's been ducking you, huh? Let me know where you guys are watching from, who you're rooting for here. Always like to see who's getting the love. Yeah, I think Daniel. So now, does Daniel play it in the side and come down table? Or does he just, play it to this bottom corner here and come off like this, or even come off this direction? I know how I would shoot it. I'm just curious what you think Daniel's going to do.
I think he's going to play the side and just go up table and down.
Yep.
Just kind of play the natural angle.
Yep. It's a little cleaner, easier shot to execute. And as I say that, he almost scratches. Wow.
Yeah, that was an aggressive line he took. But, when you're feeling it, those things work for you.
Yeah, because I would have probably played that with a little bit more of just a center ball to bring it so that it actually comes down like this for the 9. Or even just a little bit of right English, because the 9's a little bit on this side of the center diamond. Maybe come off the rail this way and come down table. But the line he went, it brought him right into shape. It just
it was a little bit risky because the pocket's in play, but he was feeling pretty confident that he would not scratch, and he was fortunate enough to not and get perfect shape. So now he is up 4-0 and race to 7. Looks like he's going to pocket the 2.
Man, that was a really good play.
Has a thin cut on the 1. The 1 and 3 are on opposite ends of the table, so that cue ball is going to travel down. You might even hit that with a little outside to kind of end up somewhere in the vicinity of the cue ball sitting right now, which he did perfectly.
Well, he's on the wrong side of the 3, so it's not.
He is, but it just depends on what he wants to do here, because this 2 rail is available to come here, or you can draw to the side rail and come out.
Well, I was going to say he can come this direction too. Yeah. That's the only thing I didn't like about that, is that 2 railer brings that 9 into play. Left himself a fairly easy bank, and the bank, he can stun the cue ball down this direction. So, and he doesn't have to go far, because basically anywhere in here,
right,
he can make that 5. Oh, he played the bank short.
He hit it with the perfect speed and stunned down, just like you had mentioned. Unfortunately, he caught the point, but it did leave Aaron hooked. So Aaron's going to be coming in. Right now, he's just sizing it up, but I think he's going to go to the jump cue unless he can get through there. Okay, he does have the jump.
Good hit. Now, if that 4 doesn't clear the 7, might be looking at a safety here.
Yeah, if it doesn't clear, then the cue ball is going to end up right by the 7 ball.
Yep. 2 rail the 4 down there and leave the cue ball right in this general vicinity.
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm thinking too.
Drawing that all out, and then he'll probably just put the 4 right into that center pocket.
All right. That seems to be what's going on with me today. Every time I draw something, they go a different line, but that's okay too. we don't all see things the same. Well, he went for an aggressive move there.
Yeah, he fired at that. And you know what? Kind of like we mentioned in the last match, being up 4-0.
Yeah, it definitely allows you to play a little bit more freely.
Yeah.
And take a chance.
And his first round, I guarantee you he won't fire at that if he's in, third round of this tournament. He'll probably play a safety at that point. Aaron's got a back cut here. A lot of people try to use English and do different things to hold shape for the 5, but he doesn't have to. Just a center ball, cut this ball in. Natural angle is going to pull him off this direction, and he can be anywhere on this part of the table and make that 5. It's super, super close to the pocket, so it's easy to make. So you don't have to force much, but he tried to shoot it with a bunch inside, drilled it, just left himself a longer shot on the 5.
Yeah, see, and that's the thing there. He did use a lot of English to check it up, but then he hit it so firm. But yeah, playing that natural angle over this huge window here would have been the optimal move. But when you cut him like Aaron does, I guess it doesn't make too much of a difference. But it does it puts you in a position to end up like this. And I don't know if he can see that to pocket it. He may have to bend it just a little to get around the edge of the 8 ball, or he can opt to jump. Looks like he's going to go for a little bit of a bend. Trying to elevate to just jump the edge. See, now when I'm in that situation where I'm literally just jumping an edge, I don't even really use my jump cue. I just go get my break cue because it's got the hard tip on it, and then I'll just fire at it, and it'll typically clear that.
Well, and you don't have to elevate as much either.
Right.
You don't have to get a ton of height on it when you're just jumping the edge. So he left Daniel an option here to bank the 7 or to cut the 7. And this is just whatever he's feeling comfortable with. But yeah, I see Skeet. He did kill that with a bunch of inside. And he fired at it. He didn't just kill it with inside and hit it with like a soft to medium speed. He hit it with a lot of speed and kind of left himself in that tough shot on the 5. So
yeah, I think his intention was to go up and down that line he traveled on, which would have worked, but it did end up short. Left him a shot that he did make, but in doing so, it put him in a funky position on the 7 ball. But Daniel missed the bank. He rattled the ball, giving Aaron an opportunity here. He played a pretty aggressive 3-rail line, which would have worked nicely had he not hit it as fast. But he still has a nice cut into the side pocket, which he drills. And this is going to come down right on the 50-yard line, as we call it. But I think from what I've seen, how Aaron cuts balls, I don't think this is going to be an issue for him.
Well, and he's cutting it with some low, so he's going to stun it. Yep, just like that. And make sure he doesn't bring any of the pockets into play.
So now Aaron gets on the board, and that might be what gets him going,
Yeah,
it
gets on
the board. It's
board.
Intimidating playing someone like Daniel, and I'm sure they've played many times, being that they're both from the west side of the state. But to get a win is big, not only to get off the 0, but also for the mental aspect of it, to convince yourself that you can do this. And and he definitely can. Aaron can play. So
yeah, it's sometimes intimidating. Daniel, he's an up and coming star. He's an up and coming semi-pro here. So, and he's from this area. So oh wow, what a break!
Yeah, he definitely figured out what he needs to do to get pocket balls, and he made 4.
Yeah,
has a tough, thin cut on the 4 ball, but he's been making these. So,
see, this is something I'd want to shoot with a bunch of inside to cut it in and come off down like this, instead of playing it. Oh, wait for it.
Chance.
Well, he left himself a cut or a bank shot or a safety.
See, I would have played safe on the 4. I would have thinned the edge of it and take the cue ball down here, just because, of my old eyeballs, I don't see the edge of the ball clean enough to make those super thin cuts easy for me.
And Aaron here is showing that the old adage, luck favors the aggressor, is coming into play. He's made 2 shots where he didn't make the ball, but it where he was intending to, but still got there. This is going to be a breaking run for Aaron, so momentum might be changing a little bit here.
Yeah, and that's big.
Yeah, a couple rolls there, but you know what? It's 9 ball. Don't hate the player, hate the game, right?
Yeah, you can't get mad about slop shots when it's allowed in the game. So, and then, if you're not going to get mad when you slop a ball in, you can't get mad if your opponent does either.
Yeah, for sure. And going back, like I was saying, Daniel's a up and coming semi-pro, and he's we'd mentioned at the beginning of the chat, but he's coming off earlier this year. He won the big CSI Open 9-ball event in Vegas, so that's a big win, and he's been trying to parlay that into some more here. I'm just looking at this break here. He didn't make a ball, and he left a 2-9, and he left a 1 ball that can get him down for this 2-9. So
yeah, I would suspect the 2-9's coming, and just like the way you drew, there is that little angle for him to get over there to shoot that 2-9.
Yeah, and he has to play the 2-9 as a back cut, so he'll have to hit the 2 from this side down here, but he can do that from anywhere in here.
Kind of an odd angle he took to go down a little bit.
Yeah, it looks like I'm not sure he's really thinking safe at all in this match right now. He's probably going to fire at the bank trying to make that 4 ball. Or he's just going to put the 2 in the side. Wow. Momentum has changed for sure.
For sure, definitely. Yeah, he was playing for a safety, and then, it kicked off the 5 and pocketed, which is very fortunate for him. And, there's a good chance he ups his score. Yep. He hit that real well, a little light, but he's gonna
come off this direction.
Probably fire at a bank here. He's looking to just drift out to the center.
Yeah, he went for the bank, shot it kind of fast. Unfortunately, left an open shot for Daniel here, and this is where I'd expect Daniel to get out. Looks like it's...
Do you go that route right there, or do you play the draw to the side and come out this way?
Well, it's harder to tell from here. I mean, just looking at this, if this ball is going to come into play 2 rails, then you have to draw off this direction. But, yeah, I was going to say 2 rails looks like it can go right around there.
Yeah, I see. For me, I would opt for the 2 rail also, just because it's just speed control. There's not much else you have to focus on. Just speed control to get yourself a shot on the 6, which Daniel did, with a nice angle that's manageable.
Well, I was going to say he left himself tough on the 6. It wasn't the easiest of cuts. Cutting it so thin is harder to control the ball, and he was trying to kill it and come off over here for the 7, but he found that angle to play it right into the side. So once again,
give Aaron a nice opportunity to close the gap here. Yep. And looks like he's just going to play the 2 rail on the 8. Well, no, he come out too far. At least I say too far because I'm looking at how I would have done it versus what he's thinking. He's looking at just drawing down.
Yeah, you would have tried to leave in this area here so you could play the natural shape down this direction, right?
Yeah, that's what I would have done. But, that's what I favor.
It looks like he might be trying to go 3 rails like this. Yeah, he hit it good. He hit it really good.
He hit that really well. Nice job, Aaron.
Got to take his time, make sure cinch it, and brought it to a 1-gap lead. Now, I'll tell you, as good of a player as Daniel is, there's probably going to be a little bit of frustration setting in. There's 2 different racks he had opportunities to get out and didn't, and his opponent's capitalizing on it. And I don't know. Talked to Daniel time here, a few times here and there, but I've never really talked too much with him about pool strategy and things like that. So I don't know how much this affects him as far as getting frustrated at some of those rolls. I mean, Aaron's firing at shots. He's got some good rolls here and starting to pick up the momentum. So that could definitely affect Daniel.
Yeah, it's definitely going to play a little on Daniel that he's, the gap is now 4-3 versus being up 6-1. And, the pressure's on Daniel because he is supposed to win this match. And the fact that it's a tight match and everything is going Aaron's way, it definitely will play on him. But, with his experience and everything, I think he's going to handle it well. So Aaron pocketed the ball on the break, but has no shot on the 1. He's opting to push. Well, that little bump the 8-ball gave on the cue gave Daniel a nice cut angle here. So I'm pretty sure he's going to take on the shot. Now what he does for shape for the 2, a little bit of an unknown. It doesn't pass the 8. And I don't know that he'd play shape to a combo 2-8. So he may just end up trying to go over into here, but that's risky for that side pocket. And did he get there? He did. Very fortunate to catch the point in the side pocket. And so now I see it just coming like into this area maybe. Similar to the shot he hit a few games ago. And just like that. And now that he has a good shot, I do think he will run this rack. That was pretty nicely done to play the draw to come up above the 8 and 9 instead of trying to go around them. So this one will more likely go two rails out this way. Like that. He could actually do the same pattern on this one and go 2 rails around, or he can just go 1 rail across to the other side and back to the middle. Looks like that's what he opted for. And now with that slight back cut, he's going to draw over to here. Let's see, he can get by the 9, which looks like he could to get to that same area. And he will up his score and make this match a 5-3. And I believe it is his rack and break also. No, it looks like it's Aaron's. Oh, it's Daniel's. Yeah, Aaron just did that one. So we'll see if Daniel's figured out something for this break. Now, when you just use a rack and not a magic rack, I kind of have a tendency to try to really just power through it and just crush that sucker. But in doing so, it's a lot harder to squat the cue ball. But we'll see here. So he did power in that and pocketed 2 balls. Looks like 3. 2 of them in the side pocket I saw. And this is very runnable for Daniel. So fully expect him to do so. I wouldn't think that anything else.
And I'm back. Sorry about that. I was having a few mic issues.
Oh, it's all good.
I missed a rack there, so it it was 4-3, and
Yep, Daniel got out.
Aaron was breaking, so Daniel.
Yeah, and he pocketed 3 balls on this break and was looking to break and run to get on the hill.
Yeah, I seen he hit this one with some more power.
Yeah, I think that's the way to go on a table, with no magic rack. And, you've seen how much troubles there has been pocketing balls. Like my tendency, like I was mentioning to everybody, was that just want to just power through it. And then Daniel crushes the break. So
yeah, powering through, typically what happens is you're going to lose the cue ball. You're not going to be able to plant it. But if you're making balls, it's way more beneficial to you than dry breaking. So you got to take that risk of letting the cue ball loose and just making sure you try to make balls there.
Yeah, so Daniel's making quick work of this rack to get himself on the hill, and he does. 6-3, Aaron's rack and break. Aaron needs this game and the rest of the game, so he has no game to give anymore. But I don't see any quit in Aaron. He's going to keep coming at it and playing the same way he has been playing, and we'll see if it works out for him.
Did I see that right? Somebody said that Aaron's nickname is Baby Cakes.
Yeah, I saw that somewhere too. I'm like, really?
I'd love to hear the story behind it.
Well, I'm pretty sure I'll never call him that.
Yeah, me neither. Well,
he'll always be Aaron to me.
Well, that's definitely probably going to hurt Daniel's. He sees the finish line in sight. So
yeah, the table's open, and Daniel has ball in hand. So I'm willing to bet that it's game over. But it is 9 ball, and something strange could happen. I just don't see it happening. But then again, I didn't think Daniel would scratch in the side in the other game, but he did. So anything's possible. Just can't ever give up hope. Just got to look for, wait for an opportunity and then do what you can when you get one.
Up here. Oh, I hit a little light and be on the rail, which makes this a little more difficult. He's not going to want to lay up and just leave the cue ball over in here, but he might have to. But typically you're going to want to stroke this ball in and try to get back further out in the center. Yep. Good line.
That was an excellent recovery shot because, you roll that ball and then you end up funny on the 6. You would have some sort of back cut or much tougher shot. But him stroking it like he did and bringing it where he did really got him back into this out and pretty much solidified that Daniel will run this rack. So Daniel has this 9 for the win. Pockets that to defeat Aaron Rodgers 7-3. And looking at the bracket here, Daniel will move forward on the A side and play the winner of Todd Shirley and Damian Pongpenick. Now, I wouldn't mind seeing a Damian and Daniel match. That would be pretty good. Well, good job, Aaron, and best of luck to you the rest of your travel there through the tournament. You played well. Your hands were full. But best of luck to you. So this match is over, so I'm going to be signing off on the commentary. Of the two names you see as commentators, I'm Rich. Signing off. Thanks for watching, and stay tuned. There'll be more matches.